What an exhausting journey. I didn't even have time to collect my medical bag. And you haven't said a word for hours.
I have been thinking.
What is this place?
A mill.
I can see that. But what are we going to do here?
It'll be more interesting to see what you are going to do.
I won't bend to your will anymore, Holmes. You have gone too far.
Shh, Watson, not so loud.
Why? Does somebody live here?
Yes, 3 men. Take out your revolver and try to keep them below while I search upstairs.
Are they dangerous?
They would kill us if they could. I'm going up there. Take care of them and make sure that they do not leave the ground floor.
Holmes, wait!
Totem?
The Times. It's a London newspaper.
Totem?
This poor devil has lost his sight. This poor man is mute.
Ничего не понимаю.
Ah, you're deaf. This man is seriously injured, and the wound is infected. Stop playing games. You were reading the Times. You understand me perfectly well.
So, you found us.
What do they want, Alieco?
Have you come to finish off your sordid work?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't even know why you're here, do you? You're just a pawn. A pawn who serves and obeys.
And you? Why are you here?
To escape from the enemies of freedom. My brothers and I are at war.
Against whom?
Against order, liberticides, the ruling classes, and those who exploit the people. Against the torturers responsible for our misfortunes. Against you and others like you.
I'm not at war against anyone.
Then why are you pointing your gun at us? Get out!
I cannot.
That's what I mean. You're nothing but a pawn. We've nothing more to say to you.
Don't move from here. Vodka. There's only a drop left.
A strong rope made of hemp. Good quality. This chest is strange. Its decoration would indicate that its origin was in show business. Let's see. A magician's costume. A good luck charm. Ideal for a magic trick. Poor bird. Who knows what has happened to his master? Nothing interesting. Nothing interesting. What was Mr. Ferguson doing here? This mill is hardly the ideal place to hold magic shows. A master key, a useful item to help a magician play the king of escape. Here is a fine range of suits. Most of them are uniforms, but judging by their quality, I would say that they are disguises. I need something. The flour is spread out over the floor. The sack is empty. Very good. An information card. Interesting. The flour is spread out over the floor. The sack is empty. Very good. A cog. Sacks of flour, mouldy and half-eaten by rats. There should be a cog here. This millstone seems to be in good condition. Perfect. Dark traces. It must be blood. Dark traces. Someone was tied to the millstone's axle. They must have remained there for a long time. These boards crack under my weight. Interesting. This wall sounds hollow. This wall does not seem to be very solid. It is not made of brick. That is just a coating. Strange. This opening has been boarded up, but I'm sure that I didn't see it in the attic. That could be used as a weapon in a necessity. A tool shed. That could be useful. Perfect. Perfect. There is an iron bar in this wall. There, the rope is in place. These boards have been broken and hastily repaired. Of course, a secret hiding place which contains a real arsenal. This chain is several yards long. A Gatling machine gun, a real war weapon. Boxes of weapons. New pistols. Perfect. The second cog is missing. Perhaps it is somewhere on the ground floor.
Watson! Watson! Have you almost finished?
I need to get the millstone working again, but it seems there is a gear missing from the mechanism.
I'll look on the ground floor. Perhaps it's down there.
Yes, be quick. We shouldn't hang around here. All I can do now is wait for Watson.
I don't know what's going on up there, but this flower has given me an idea. A large, strong paintbrush. A gear. This chest is very heavy and locked shut via a keypad. Without the combination, it'll be impossible to open it. Three buttons, greasier than the others, hold the flower. Mechanical time switches, rolls of fuse wire. I found the timer belonging to an explosive device. You are terrorists, aren't you?
The oppressive forces won't agree to civilized discussion. Propaganda by the deed is the only thing they hear.
You are murderers.
We are first and foremost free men, freed from the moralistic constraints of a system that exploits everyone. Contrary to you, a poor little sheep, lost without his flock.
Diego, tell him that we won't go back there.
My brother speaks with the wisdom of a free man. If you come here to kill us, do so, but we will never follow you. We were fooled once. There won't be a second time.
You are mistaken about me. I'm not a killer.
Then you are even more of a fool than I thought. You don't even know why you are here. I pity you. You are even blinder than me.
Are you responsible for blowing up a judge's house in London?
Justice and its representatives are the double dealers in this country. Judge Beckett was one of the cogs.
Thank God that it wasn't.
We made the bomb, but we weren't the ones who put it into place. The one who ordered it placed it himself.
Who?
Ja nie mogu bolше терпеть такую боль.
Let us look at my brother's wounds. He's suffering.
No, don't move. I am a doctor. I'll do it. If only I had time to bring my medical bag.
Take this key. It opens the medicine cupboard. If you really are a doctor, you can help my brother.
Hydrogen peroxide, commonly known as bleach. There's not much left. This will be useful. These bandages should halt the infection.
Thank you.
The person who ordered the bomb, who is he?
You are not part of his organization?
What organization?
The one he leads. The one that is responsible for the state we are in. The one that tortured us.
Why were you tortured?
So that we should keep quiet.
I understand. The head of a criminal organization ordered an explosive device which he then placed at Judge Beckett's house. Once the attack came off, he had you tortured to ensure that you wouldn't talk.
Yes.
And why Judge Beckett?
He was in possession of certain evidence against him.
But who, for the love of God?
Giving you his name would be signing our death warrant.
Does either one of you know where the missing cogs are?
Well, I think there's one under the wood pile near the fireplace.
A gear. I must warn Holmes. I need something. What do you think, Holmes? There.
Thank you, Watson. The mill is still not working, yet everything is in place here.
What was that noise?
Everything's all right. Let us see what this wall is hiding. A body, I knew it. The magician was walled up here. I have everything I need. Now, it is time to destroy this place. Perfect.
What's that smell? I can smell oil.
Holmes, what are you doing up there?
Sherlock Holmes is here? No,
I'm not staying here.
nor am I. Help me out
Stop
of here.
Don't move.
You think you can stop us? Sherlock Holmes is a dangerous man. I'm not hanging around here waiting to be killed by him.
Don't be ridiculous. What are you talking about?
You don't know what he's capable of. Whatever are you doing, Doctor? Give me that gun. Where is Mr. Holmes? You had better remain here for the moment.
Am I under arrest?
No, Doctor, of course not.
Come in, Inspector.
My wife did enjoy reading that last story of yours in the Strand, Doctor. That was a proper adventure. Do you think you might write about this case someday? I'd like to see it.
Oh, well now, I don't know. But that is very gratifying, and I'm glad to hear that your wife enjoys my writing, Constable. My goodness, what on earth was that? Inspector Baines is dead.
The watermill is burning!
Holmes has managed to escape from the police. He manipulated me from start to finish. And to think that I played an indirect part in his crimes. Today's newspaper. Mrs. Hudson must have left it early this morning. Baines's murder has made the front page. The news has spread quickly. The poor man shot at point-blank range. He had faith in Holmes right to the end, and it cost him his life. Holmes's pipe. Broken. I didn't notice it the last time. We think that we know the people around us, those who are close to us, who are part of our everyday lives, parents, colleagues, companions, friends. Then something unexpected happens, and it tears away the blinkers which we have chosen to wear. And it's at that precise moment that we finally see the true nature of those who always mattered the most to us. But in Holmes's case, what could have pushed the man, whom I have always considered as honest and loyal, to sink to such barbaric crimes and cold-blooded murder? I don't have the answer. But one thing is certain. Up until today, I had a friend. A noise. It's coming from the flat, I'm sure. Holmes! I know you are in there! Holmes! Open this door immediately!
I think that I would rather not.
Tell me the truth, Holmes. I need to know. You have no right to keep the truth from me. Tell me!
I am sorry, Watson.
Open this door, or I will break it down.
Do what you like. The door is not locked.
You've driven me to this.
It's the police! Open up!
Why did it have to come to this, Holmes? All those years of friendship and respect, of trust. Everything that we went through together. And you deceived me all along. Damn you. I wish that I had seen through all of your lies. But now, it is over. It is all over. After so many days of relentless investigations and sleepless nights, I returned to the Thames area, to the very place where the bishop's nephew had died. I only had one trail left to explore, one last desperate attempt to understand recent events. I descended into the putrid, dark, suffocating depths of the town, the sewers. The fresh breeze from the Thames gave way to the stale, dank air of the dark tunnels. A shadow moving through an underground labyrinth, tormented, wandering through this humid, oppressive purgatory. What I might find mattered little. The most important thing was to keep moving. A piece of rope that floats. If it's long enough, then it might be useful. It's very heavy. A body. Oh, it was weighed down by the anchor. If I can retrieve the anchor, I can use it as a grappling hook. There. I can see something. This butt is still dry, despite the surrounding damp. It was thrown here not so long ago. Let's be careful. Oops, this bar has come away in my hands. The bars are completely rusty. The bars on this grate are completely rusty. The bar... Wire. This must be a service trapdoor used to release the water in the event of the sewers overflowing. The bars on... This will be useful. The trapdoor is horizontal and solidly fixed. First try. Now let's pull the boat back here. The boat is tied up on the other bank. It's impossible to pull it back to me. An old scarf with blood on it. This bit of iron seems new and looks like a piece from ordinary machinery. Footprints. Someone has been here recently. Footprints. Someone has been here recently. Incredible! This grate is new and has a mechanical locking system. Open? Come on, John. courage.
And here's another. See how you like that. Oh, and how does this feel? I don't think you like that much. That'll teach him. Let's see if I can break.
Holmes!
I am so very glad to see you, Watson.
Whee! Yes, he's alive! The bad guys had better watch out now. Grandpa's alive! And he is a good man. I knew that he was. Uh-oh, they're going to be sorry now. My grandpa ruled. Yes, and my grandpa saved him. Read it.
You are alive. I don't know what to feel. Relief or regret.
Watson, my friend.
You are not in a good state, Holmes.
Neither are you.
I suppose not. Can you walk?
Not without your help.
Why did you fake your own death? And who were those men?
I have to carry on with the investigation. Alone. John, I'm innocent. I'm not an accomplice of those men. Look at me. Do I look as though I could be their boss? Am I in a position to give such orders?
What a relief. Oh, my God, what a relief. But how...
Curare, hemlock, a few Indian plants, and sheep's blood to create the impression of death. A pathologist who owed me a favor for the death certificate.
Holmes, I was talking about this affair of...
I will explain everything, my friend, but we must leave here.
Yes, let's go back to Baker Street. I'll help you. Lean on me.
Home at last. I have missed this old room very much, Watson.
I put everything back in place after Baines went through it, but I didn't stay here. I couldn't face it.
Sit down, my friend. It is time for you to know the full details of this case. First of all, I must apologize for the distress that this has caused you, and for my behavior, which was, I know, quite abominable. I can only hope that by the end of this explanation you will understand that I behaved in such a way only to protect you, and that it caused me great pain to see your trust and confidence in me ebbing away.
From whom or what did you wish to protect me?
From Professor Moriarty.
Moriarty?
We should not have taken pity on him in that Swiss asylum. Do you remember during the case of the Awakened? Our indulgence has cost us dear today.
He's responsible for the bishop's murder?
Yes, but that was only a small detail in his plan. A detail which he had to eliminate, as it compromised the whole of his diabolical project. The bishop had in his possession a document which he suspected as being one component of a larger puzzle. The ramifications were unknown to him, but he considered the matter as sufficiently important that he should consult me. The day before our macabre discovery, his nephew, who was in his confidence, brought to him an important element which helped him understand Moriarty's grand plan. It was at that moment that two men began to comprehend the seriousness of the situation. The bishop then decided to contact me.
Against his nephew's wishes? Was that what they argued about?
Yes. But Moriarty found out that the bishop knew of his projects, and he arranged for his murder. The murderers were also supposed to bring back the document that the nephew, young Hampford, found, but they were unable to open the safe.
What was the document?
Evidence of Prince Woodville's implication in the project.
The nephew must have retrieved it from the Royal Archives, where he worked. A link to the crown.
Yes. Moriarty wanted to overthrow Queen Victoria and place the prince on the throne of England.
But that's impossible. He would have needed to create an incredible coup d'etat.
Patience, Watson. First of all, Moriarty placed his pawns so they might begin to develop and encourage a tense atmosphere, ready to discredit the Queen and thereby raise Woodville's popularity.
And provoke a famine, so that the prince's soup kitchens could begin distributing food and he would appear as a hero.
Exactly. Moriarty quickly learned that I was making inquiries as to his plan and, without wishing to sound vain, he knew that I was the only person capable of upsetting his schemes. He therefore set up a plan that I be discredited and thought of as a criminal.
And you played along with him.
Precisely. Allowing him to believe that he had succeeded was the best way of ensuring that his attention was no longer fixed on me.
Why didn't you say anything to Scotland Yard?
Did you not think it strange that Inspector Lestrade was away for weeks?
What? You mean to say that Baines
was working for Moriarty?
I understand. The bishop's murderers were in the hands of this traitor, and you were therefore at a dead end after our investigations at the opium den.
Yes, and Baines' authority allowed him access to the police archives. He changed and forged all the charges in the documents that you saw at Judge Beckett's house. It was also he who substituted the Samoan necklace for a vulgar copy.
So that was why the judge went to Farley's, to obtain Baines's false information.
Precisely. But they each found themselves as instruments in Moriarty's strange orchestra. Judge Beckett received entire books full of charges against me, and a journalist such as Farley will not hold back when he gets the chance to make the front page of all the newspapers in England. With regard to Farley, it was a mere case of professional misconduct.
And to think that I held you responsible for the explosion at the judge's house. What a relief! But why did Moriarty have him killed?
He was on the point of discovering that all the documents supplied by Farley, and therefore by Baines, were false. Exactly the opposite to what our enemy was anticipating.
And where did the poison fit in all this?
Unfortunately, I do not possess all the information on this subject. The first time that we saw the effects of this substance on the body of the bishop, the poison was evidently only at an experimental stage. It was much too potent to do anything with.
Effectively. But in the second case, Kurtz, I didn't notice a great advance.
However, there was one. The poison was no longer fatal.
Yes, but the madness was still there. I should remind you that he attempted to devour his own dogs.
Correct, Watson. But it was not the second case, as you supposed. Remember the number of other incidences of madness, either collective or individual, relayed in the press in the days prior to it.
You mean to say
that Moriarty tested this dangerous mixture on a large number of guinea pigs, apparently with little success, as all those people are now dead. I say apparently, because I do not have the least idea as to the result Moriarty was hoping for.
And that's where Hans comes in, isn't it?
Moriarty needed him to devise the substance's final formula.
And so you helped Hans to escape, so he might lead you to it.
Yes, but things did not go as I had planned. The professor's men got their hands on him just after his escape.
And you lost his trail.
Yes, but I doubted that Moriarty would take Hans to his lair. To find him, I had only one trail, the bomb placed at the judge's house.
The trail of the 3 Russian brothers.
I found out about the mill by having the anarchists' trail followed by the children in my own secret police. Once again, their help was a determining factor. As regards knowing where to locate Moriarty's lair, I hoped to find the information in the attic of the watermill. I got to it only just in time before Baines turned up.
And you were stuck then, weren't you? Allowing him to arrest you would have meant certain death.
Regrettably. But Moriarty's plan worked in any case, as after killing Baines, I became England's most wanted man for the murder of a Scotland Yard inspector.
And so you had to make sure that people forgot about you. Therefore, you orchestrated your own death so that you might continue your investigation discreetly. Oh, That was a terrible time for me, Holmes.
I am sorry, my dear fellow.
Well, the important thing is that you are well and truly alive.
Yes, but it is not over yet. Moriarty will take action one day or another.
You were saying that you had found Moriarty's hideout. Where is it?
In an abandoned fun fair on the outskirts of London. It is quite certain that they are all there. Shielman, the Prince, and of course, Moriarty.
If Moriarty puts the Prince on the throne, he'll have his hands on the reins of the kingdom. Her colonies, her diplomatic network, her riches, everything.
Yes, including the army, the war fleet, everything he needs to help him conquer Europe. And eventually, I suspect, the world.
Holmes, we have to be quick. His plan hasn't been put into action yet. Perhaps it's not too late.
Let us go immediately, Watson.
Do you really believe that Moriarty is in there, behind that fence?
Something in the wind seems to suggest it, Watson.
I have a peculiar acid taste in my mouth, if that is what you mean, Holmes.
Well, yes. The air is tainted still with toxic fumes from the factory chimneys.
I believe that I read about this place. The fun fair was abandoned after the factory was built so close by. It was said that even the ice cream tasted bitter. Aren't you curious about the warehouse down there? There seems to be some strange activity taking place inside.
Strange and in keeping with Moriarty's activities. Let us go and see what they're up to.
That could be used as a weapon in a necessity. With this cable car, we can get up onto the warehouse roof. Vodka. There's a little at the bottom of these bottles.
Russian alcohol. Holmes, the three brothers.
Cutting pliers. They could be useful. A bottle of motor oil. I can't do that. A crank. The lever is stuck. The lever is stuck. There is a metal ladder stuck under the cable car. This motor is from the cable car. There's a little petrol left, but not enough to start the motor. There's a little Here's what we can use for fuel. Empty. Judging by the smell, I would say that it's an oil reservoir. Let us hope it works. The crank is in place.
It works.
We are going to separate. I will find a way into the fair, and you must investigate the warehouse.
Very well, I'll do that.
There is no one on the roof. If the machine should get out of control, then just use the brake. There ought to be one.
I should hope so. Anyway, there's no other choice. And when I've found out what is going on down there, what should I do then?
Come and join me in the fairground. You can follow my route to get over the fence. Then you should find me easily enough. Good luck, my dear fellow.
Come on, John. Courage. No one seems to have noticed me. Now I must try to find out what is going on here. The bags contain rubble. They're tied up with good solid rope. I'll keep the rope. Carts from the soup kitchens. They appear to be queuing up. It's a miracle that this reservoir is standing. The feet are being eaten away by rust. A large dry cloth. It's too dark inside this reservoir. It's impossible to see anything, but I can hear a slight lapping of water. I must find out what is going on inside this warehouse, but have to be careful. The place is full of guards. It's too dangerous to go any further. An empty bottle. So, it is inside these warehouses that Prince Woodville's canteens on wheels are filled up, and Hans is there to add his poison. That siren is a signal to open the doors and let out the carts of poisoned soup, destined for London. I wonder what Holmes is doing at this moment.
Here is a good place to try and get through. The way is clear. Good, I'm in. Now I must find Moriarty. A target from a firing range. A telephone line. Interesting. It comes from that large building. A telephone line. The stand's owner must live here. The stand's accounts book. Let's look at the book's secret. The stand's... The cover is dented. Curious. Secret accounts. The stand's owner must do something other than manage a simple coconut shy, and there is a strange poem about animals. A target from a firing range. It depicts a lion. It's the stand's till. There is no money, but there is a wooden target. Let's see. A firing range for children. They have to throw leather balls at the figures of wild animals to knock them over. It's clear that there is a link between the poem and the secret accounts and the animal-shaped targets on the stand. Elementary. There is a hiding place here. Interesting. I can't see a keyhole to open this hiding place. There we are. It is simplicity itself. The stand's slush fund. I wonder what happened to the owner that he should leave without his savings. If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I must neutralize him, but discreetly. There are probably others, and a fight would attract their attention. It's open. This building was a menagerie. I'm in the service passage. This cage has been blocked with planks, so that the interior is hidden from view. A key. Old bandages. A large syringe for animals of a considerable size, evidently. Everything points to that cage having been used to treat sick animals. Apparently it's a medicine chest for first aid, I presume. The only thing intact is this bottle of ether. If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I must neutralize him, but discreetly. There are probably others, and a fight. There. That should interest our guard. Good. My little stratagem is in place. All I need to do is to wait for him to come back here. Shut him up, and quickly. Perfect. Thanks to the ether, this baller will sleep for a long time. Another guard. This place is full of them. I cannot risk a confrontation. He'll see me coming and I'll lose the element of surprise. I'll need to find a way to trap him. They must have exhibited those poor wretches in these cages and presented them as being dangerous. Bearded lady. Be careful of those boxes. They are balanced, one on top of the other. It would take very little to knock them over. I wonder what this machinery is used for. A rail system is fixed to the ceiling, and a hook is hanging from it. It must be used for moving heavy and bulky objects. I suppose it was on this small stage that the monsters were presented to the public. Ah, here's something interesting. Hans's diary. What a dreadful diary. That Hans is the only real monster ever to have frequented this attraction. The bearded lady kept the key to this exhibition. Interesting. Here's what I've been looking for. The mermaid, Poseidon's daughter. This large, empty aquarium held the fair's main attraction. The cage is held shut with this bar. It only needs to be pulled away to open it. This cage is still occupied, not by one of the monsters, but by a poor man. He's still alive, but he's barely human now. Moriarty must have tested his poison on this poor fellow. If he was freed, he would leap at the throat of the first person he saw. I could easily open the cage by raising the door, but that poor man would leap on me immediately. People must have been locked up in here, and they are certain to have been mistreated. The crank is in place. The hook is above the cage of this poor wretch. There, the rope is in place. These boxes... I can't do that. This way I can open the poor fellow's cage from the outside without taking any risks. The trap is in place. Now I only need to get the guard to go inside the freak show. I need to get out of here. The guard is inside. I must close the door quickly. Closed. I must find a way of neutralizing the guard inside. Well, I'll be leaving you. I'm sure you have a great many things to do. But what have we got here?
Ah, there you are, Holmes. Did you have any problems?
None. Apart from a few small things, what have you found out about this warehouse?
Prince Woodville's soup is loaded and contaminated by hands.
And in the direction of Whitechapel. Watson, in a few hours, Moriarty will have at his disposal a formidable army, more powerful and more terrible than anything that has ever existed.
What?
The soup is destined for a poverty-stricken, starving population who have been conditioned for months against the ruling powers. Moriarty won't have any trouble in sending thousands of raving mad people to ravage the city, sowing death and destruction. No force would be able to resist them, not the police, not even the army. A perfect army, knowing neither fear nor pity. A tidal wave of humanity which will cover London and will fall away again, leaving a city of desolation behind it.
What horror! And the chaos will only make Moriarty's coup d'etat even easier. But how will he guard himself against this bloodthirsty crowd?
The chaos will only last for the time he needs.
You mean to say
that these poor wretches will all die, 48 hours after ingesting the soup, according to our good Dr. Shielman. So the victims will be joined by their executioners. An immense mass murder. What Moriarty would call clearing up after work, no doubt. Good. Have you found a way of stopping Hans's process?
Yes, I think so. If we can weaken the reservoir's feet with the explosives, for example, it will collapse and take the building down with it.
Good work.
What are you looking at?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never. Look, Holmes, there appears to be some sort of control panel.
With an antenna, whatever its purpose might be.
These caravans must be inhabited. Look, there is smoke coming out of one of them. Look, Holmes, the 3 Russian brothers.
With a coal stove and dynamite.
What should we do next, Holmes?
And then the dynamite would be very useful for blowing up the tank.
Good idea. But in order that we can get it, we'll have to get them out of there without their knowing we are here. The best thing to do is to carry on exploring this place, Holmes.
A metal plate, very solid. An international anarchists' manifesto written in several languages. A wanted poster in Russian with the portraits of the 3 brothers on it. This stall is a washroom. I can see water basins inside. The door can be blocked from the outside. Interesting. Apparently, they are more interested in games than in cleanliness. Gallons of vodka.
This place must have been magnificent.
Shh. Watson, look. On the stage. Prince Woodville.
And it is with an immense pride that I take possession of the attributes of the crown, and swear in front of you to serve my people with... Gentlemen, who are you? I don't believe I know you.
Not as yet, Your Royal Highness, but I am overjoyed that you are familiar with the crowning ceremony.
Of course. A good king should know it.
That makes my duty so very much easier. Let me introduce myself. My name is Howard Sawbury, and I am in charge of the aforementioned protocol and the master of ceremonial events at Buckingham Palace.
Yes, and I'm Sir John Cannard, in charge of the peacocks in the royal gardens.
Congratulations, Sir John. Excellent imagination.
I'm pleased to meet you, gentlemen, but what brings you here?
Do you mean to say that no one has informed you? Have you not been in the city? It is Queen Victoria, of course. She has been dethroned.
Really? So soon? According to my special advisor, Professor Moriarty, that should not take place until a few days from now.
The people have decided otherwise, sir, and now they're calling for their new sovereign, the benevolent, most understanding Prince Woodville.
Ah, gentlemen, you bring me great news. My good people have carried out their duty. I can finally take my rightful place, and happily before the bombs detonated.
Actually, sir, we're here to warn you that you are in grave danger.
What do you mean?
Among your close advisors, I regret there are traitors who are already plotting against you. We have reliable information that these terrorists are part of an international anarchist network, and...
Ah, gentlemen, I know who you are talking about. I'm sure you mean the strange gentleman employed by Professor Moriarty. Asians or,
Russians, sir.
Whatever. These men must be stopped before their bombs explode.
Their bombs?
Yes, Sir John. Bombs placed all over London. I was not at all fond of the idea, but Professor Moriarty was quite adamant.
Do you know where these bombs are precisely?
Of course not. But I do know that those anarchists created their exploding devices here.
You must tell us everything that you know about the bombs, sir.
Why should I? You're not a pyrotechnist, are you? I must speak urgently with Professor Moriarty.
They are dangerous anarchists who have committed murderous acts in their own country against the Tsar's line.
That is impossible. The Professor assured me of their loyalty.
Moriarty does not require you anymore, sir. He does not wish to give you the throne. He desires it for himself.
The devil!
Sir, we are going to help you. You must tell us where the bombs are planted. The people will never forget a sovereign who began his reign by saving his subjects from such atrocities.
I confess that I do not know where they are. But surely the Russian anarchists must know.
What do the bombs look like?
They appear very complicated. It is impossible to defuse them. I remember that they were put together here, in a wooden stall between two tents, next to the Russian caravans. They were the only ones who had a key, besides that traitor Moriarty, of course.
We're going to try to open that stall.
Wait, I demand an explanation. If everyone is plotting against me, then how do I know that you are not also party to the plot?
But we...
Bring me Professor Moriarty, Mr. Sawbury, without delay. Sir John will remain here with me.
I should be able to remove the prince without endangering Watson's life.
There you are, Sir John. To be a king means also to be prudent. And that is why I prefer to have you here as reserve. You are my guarantee.
I understand, sir. But in return, you must understand that this places me in a somewhat disagreeable situation.
Yes, I understand.
These tangled ropes are holding back the curtains.
Unfathomable, I know.
He's not moving. He appears to have passed out.
But he could come around at any moment and sound the alarm.
Yes, before leaving the theatre, we must make certain that that does not happen.
Not so long ago, those words coming from you would have frozen my blood.
Rest assured, my friend, that Sherlock Holmes no longer exists. Get rid of him now. There is a label underneath this lever. Magician's Trap Door, middle of the stage, exactly where the prince is standing. Hey, presto, it's magic. No more paranoid prince.
Well done, Holmes. Look, Holmes, Prince Woodville lost his ring during the fight. What were these dummies at the front of the stage used for?
The prince put them there to represent his public. This magician has a leather belt, very solid. There is a small bag attached to it. There is an enormous diamond in the middle of this ring. I will give it to the police later. The illusionist's smoke powder. Abracadabra. Magic powder and a metal plate. The revolutionaries won't resist it. Hide, Watson.
Water! Water!
The way is clear. Quick, let's shut the three brothers up in the washroom. Quick, let's shut... Perfect.
I can hear the chinking of a bottle and talk in Russian. The three brothers are quietly getting drunk. Perfect. We must hurry, Holmes. Each chime tells us that the preparation of the poisoned soup is advancing.
I'm coming, Watson. I just need to unblock the chimney.
This caravan is as disgusting as the first one.
A Russian-English dictionary. This piece of art shows the hatred the anarchists feel towards Prince Woodville and everything he represents. The names of the targets are written in Russian and are unreadable, in my case, that is, and apparently the brothers have made notes before every name. This list has something to do with the dictionary open on the table. A small saw. We might need this. The dynamite shells are empty. A pity.
Wire.
Let's see. That's not right. That's not right. If these bombs explode, then I believe that the realm will be plunged into one of the gravest crises in its history.
What are you going to do with this information, Holmes?
Hand it across to Inspector Lestrade.
How?
By telephoning him. The haunted house is connected to the telephone exchange. I'm going to try to slip in there discreetly.
Shall I accompany you?
You can help me to get in, but while I search for the telephone, you should collect as much information as you can about the bombs. The explosive experts at Scotland Yard will need it.
Understood.
This ladder is not too heavy. I can carry it. This ladder is not too heavy. I can carry it. I could saw through the bars, being careful to create a passage wide enough.
A good idea to use the diamond in the ring, Holmes. Exactly like at the Marquis's place.
I remind you of the monkey that stole the necklace, do I?
Well done, Holmes.
It's open. It's time for me to go into the beast's lair. Watson, I have no idea how long it will take me to locate the telephone. Use the time to try to get into the stand where the bombs were put together.
I'm on my way. I'll join you later. The place is calm, thanks to the supply of vodka in the washroom. The anarchists probably haven't even noticed that they're locked in. Ah, there must be water here. Lard! Were they really going to eat that? The fire in this stove hasn't been put out, and now it's overheating. It must be stopped quickly. A large dry cloth. A key. Oh, it was time. Very pretty Russian dolls. Let's see if there's something inside. A key. Whittling wooden objects seems to be a passion of one of the brothers. After building explosive devices, of course. It's an ornately carved toy chest. According to the name marked on it, it belongs to a certain Alexei. And it's locked by a key. A bag of marbles. They're marvellous. A clock's hand. Strange handymen, these anarchists. A pretty spinning top. A Cyrillic letter with a strange symbol. I need something. I've already seen this symbol on a piece of paper I found inside the anarchist's chest. It's not very difficult after all. Another 3 carts full of poison soup. I must hurry. So it's here that the 3 anarchists made their bombs. But what a mess. Very well, I don't have any choice. If I want to understand how they work, I will have to build one. Here's the bench for assembling the explosive devices. There's something here. A plan for Russian bombs on a Japanese origami to blow up key places in England. Very cosmopolitan. A crowbar. Sticks of dynamite. This box contains a jumble of radio receivers and boxes of copper wire. Apparently the radio is plugged in. Oops, the switch doesn't work. Don't panic, John. All you need to do is to find another way to defuse it. The best thing will be for me to go to the merry-go-round with my bomb. I'll take the bomb with me. Oh! It's heavy. Thanks to this radar, I can perhaps disconnect my bomb. Oh my God! Now I understand. The antenna on the merry-go-round controls all the bombs that the Russian brothers made. The control panel. It works! Thanks to this, I think we can now disconnect all the bombs that have been spread around London. And mine too. The best thing will be for me to go to the merry-go-round with my bomb. The best... The control panel. It works! Thanks to this, I think we can now disconnect all the bombs that have been spread around London. And mine too. We can branch a telephone here to call Lestrade. I must warn Holmes. I'm going to throw a marble at the window, which will attract Holmes's attention if he's there. Holmes isn't there. Let's try another window. I'm going to throw a marble at the window, which will attract Holmes's attention if he's there. Holmes isn't answering. It would be better to wait until he reaches the room where the telephone is.
This room is clean and well kept. What a contrast to the filth throughout the rest of the fair. That could be useful. That could be useful. This chest is the same as Ferguson the magician's. A doll. It is new. It was bought recently. This pin could be useful. The Funfair's Act of Transfer, signed by that poor Ferguson. Moriarty didn't spare him anyway. A key. I know this book. The Dynamics of an Asteroid. It is the reference book written by Moriarty. I must be in his bedroom. A magnificent hunting rifle. This glass cabinet is locked, but I should be able to force the lock. A magnificent... That's not right. Start again. Here is everything to take care of this magnificent rifle. This weapon is unusable. The hammer is missing. One can never be too careful. This place has been fitted out as a command center and as living quarters for Moriarty.
Very well. Everything will be done as you wish. Above all, don't get impatient. I'll do the necessary.
Moriarty is here. Apparently he is very busy, and this is curious. He seems to be obeying his interlocutor. Moriarty is a hired hand? These shelves seem solid. It would be better not to go down there. Wooden skeleton. Nice element of decor. Now I can go down. closed. Another bell ringing in the warehouse. That is not a good sign. Let's hurry. Ah, here is the famous telephone.
South London Exchange. What number do you want?
1313, Scotland Yard. Please hurry.
One moment. Lestrade here.
It's Sherlock Holmes.
Holmes! You're alive!
An excellent deduction, Lestrade. Now listen to me carefully. I'll get straight to the point. Moriarty has had 4 bombs placed around London, all of which could go off at any moment. You absolutely must find them and defuse them.
How can I believe what you say? You are being hunted by all the police in the kingdom.
They were looking for me, yes, but not any longer. You called off the search when my death was announced. Logically, why would I call you if I was not innocent? You must begin the search for those bombs straight away.
That's true enough. So where are the bombs?
Buckingham Palace, the House of Commons, the Bank of England. And as for the last one, it is entirely possible that you are sitting on it.
Scotland Yard?
Yes. Mobilize all your men and find them, but don't touch them without the defusing instructions.
Luckily, those locations are already under heavy police guard. What are the defusing instructions?
I don't have the details at present, but Watson is working on it. Stay near the telephone. I'll call you back the instant we find out. Curious. I can hear something tapping at regular intervals against the shutters. Watson?
I think I know what we must do in order to defuse the bombs, Holmes.
Good work, Watson.
Yes, well, no, not really, because the bomb I have with me,
Ah, I think I understand. How do you always manage to get yourself into these situations?
I didn't really have any choice in the matter.
It's primed, isn't it?
I'm afraid so, and I need you to stop it.
Perfect.
We need to go to the merry-go-round. Can you bring the telephone with you?
Well, I hope you know what you're doing.
You'll understand when you see the control panel installed under the merry-go-round. But please hurry. I really would like to get rid of this infernal device.
On the contrary, we must keep a careful hold of it. We are going to use it to destroy the warehouse where the soup is made. Step aside. I am going to jump.
Quite simply, Holmes, the bombs all have a switch that allows them to be defused.
But it's not as simple as that, is it?
No, of course not. The bombs are also linked up with the merry-go-round's antenna by a radio frequency, and that wavelength is a security to stop the switches on the bombs from operating. Therefore, they must be disconnected from the merry-go-round.
But that's not all. If no one switches them off, they will explode anyway.
So that is why you need the telephone.
We need to call Lestrade to tell him when to turn off the switches.
Well done, Holmes. You have understood.
You are reversing the roles, Watson. Highly amusing.
Well, we can laugh about it later, but now we must hurry.
First of all, we must plug in the telephone. Perfect.
Scotland Yard has been switched off. Buckingham has been switched off. Parliament has been switched off. The Bank of England has been switched off. That's it, Holmes. The bombs are disconnected.
You can use the switches now.
Let's hide, Holmes.
The bombs were due to explode 5 minutes ago. You, go and get the anarchists and take them to the warehouse. Stay there. I'm going to the warehouse to check on the soup.
Let's get out of here.
Holmes, where are we going?
What do you intend to do with that primed bomb at your feet?
My God, there's not much time left.
It would certainly be more useful elsewhere. Come, let us go, and let us try not to ruin the last chance we may have to save London. The guards have deserted the door. Now's our chance.
Holmes, I don't think that I told you about this siren.
No, but I can guess that it carries some connection with the poisoned soup.
Without going into too much detail, the next time that it sounds, the carts will leave to stock up Prince Woodville's network throughout London.
And it will be impossible to prevent the population from being poisoned.
We must hurry. Moriarty's men are looking for us. The soup production is nearly finished, and I am carrying a primed bomb in my hands.
Quick, jump into the cable car.
Uh-oh.
There they are! Hey! Hey!
They've seen us.
There they are, boss. In the cable car.
The esteemed Sherlock Holmes, back among the living. I am afraid that your resurrection can only be a temporary one at best.
Have we ever been in such a perilous situation before?
Very rarely, I must admit.
Well, gentlemen, what are you waiting for? Are you afraid, Holmes?
The bomb is on the point of exploding. Moriarty's men can't shoot us like rabbits or restart the cable car and catch us on the warehouse roof. We are trapped.
Moriarty wants us alive. That much is evident. So let us take advantage of the few minutes we have left.
I understand, Holmes. Fine. Leave everything.
I need something.
What are you doing, Holmes?
The manual emergency system is behind this trapdoor.
It works. We are safe here.
Yes, there are only a few seconds left before...
My God, what a shock! Moriarty! He was in the warehouse. This time, it's over, Holmes.
The mysterious person whom Moriarty appears to obey.
Whoever could be powerful enough to command Moriarty? The doors are wide open. Perhaps we are too late.
I don't think so.
Don't touch that door! Get back!
Damn you, Holmes! Damn you!
So, you survived the explosion.
Professor, put down your gun. I am going to examine your wounds.
Don't come any closer. I don't need a doctor.
It is over, Moriarty. You have failed.
Not entirely. Your death will lessen the defeat. We have failed, Holmes. You and I.
In that case, I cannot imagine that you would refuse to answer the last question of the condemned.
A question? You can ask it of the devil, Holmes.
Is Shielman immune to his own poison?
What? Don't leave her alone, Holmes. I always tried to do my best for her. Only you are worthy to teach her. Take her.
I don't know if my feelings could ever equal those of my friend. But as he walked off into the night, carrying that little girl in his arms, I confess that I had never seen him so moved. Holmes became the child's father. He gave her a gentle but exacting education. He finally realized, thanks to this child, the simple happiness that life could bring, and also something that had previously always escaped him: love.